If you've got a trip planned that includes a long layover in South Korea, you may be thinking about leaving the airport. Seoul, South Korea has a ton to offer and there's so much to see. We had a long layover in South Korea and decided to leave the airport to see as much as we could in about 8 hours. So join us on the adventure to discover what you can do in Seoul, South Korea on a long layover. So first thing we're doing on this long layover is we are finding our driver. So we're out here at the airport. He gave us instructions and he's gonna pick us up and just drive us around the city all day until it's time to return to the airport.
And it's cold.
It is, it's a little bit chilly. So we've got our ride and I got my contacts in from the overnight flight. And if you've been watching our channel, you know a lot of times we do like the budget option. For this layover though, this is not the budget option. This is like a really nice van and he's driving us around all day. The budget option would have been like figuring out public transportation, how to get, you know, like on a train from the airport into the city and then figuring all that out ourselves. You know, while we've got kids and strollers and a carry-on suitcase. Anyways, it just sounded nicer to book a driver for the entire day. So that's what we're doing and I'm so excited. The first place that we have come to is the Gyeongbokgung Palace. I think that I pronounced that right. We're gonna explore just a little bit. We're probably not gonna spend as much time as you could at this place, which if you just have a long layover and you're doing something like this, it's gotta be fast if you want to see more than one thing. And also like it's a long layover, so you can't think of it as like, oh, I fully got to experience the country. The alternative was not seeing any of this country at all. So seeing a few things in a short amount of time, it's just gotta be okay. The grounds of this palace are incredible. Like not just the architecture, which is of course like super amazing, but then like the landscaping and the plants and then the layout of the palace is just, it's so cool. It's really great for kids to just be able to explore because like there's no cars here. It's big, it's open. The temperature is so nice. It's so relieving from what we're used to in Thailand, but Liam's just kind of like running all over the place and enjoying it.
They can be feral. So this place is really old. It was built in 1395, which makes sense with the architecture. And it's so cool because they just built it in the valley with all these mountains around. And I think all of the hanbok, all these outfits that we keep seeing around, I think that was probably what was worn during that time. I don't know that for sure. It's like stepping back in time.
Also, check out the city behind me on this side. And then if I turn around this way, we've got mountains behind me on this side. So like even just where this palace is at, in the midst of the city, in the middle of the mountains, like it's incredible. There's all these people who are dressed in like this traditional Korean clothing called hanbok. Apparently you can get into this place for free if you come wearing something. So there's lots of these places that rent out these costumes. So if we had more time, we would have done it, but
It'd be so fun.
it seems like it's a way that the people here want you to be able to honor Korean tradition and culture because they kind of encourage you to wear it so that you can get free admission. So anyways, it's really cool. So the palace was great, and we've come over to this place that sells like touristy souvenirs, but they also sell coffee. So that's what we're here for. Because after that long flight, we still haven't gotten a cup of coffee or food yet, so that's what we're on a hunt for now.
This is sweet potato because sweet potato is really popular in South Korea. I don't really know why, I just know that it is, but it's super good.
We're over here at this village, and I'll put the name of it up here on the screen so that you can see what it is. But they're supposed to have very traditional Korean style houses, and they've got like stores, restaurants, souvenir places. So we're gonna explore this area a little bit, and then head back to the airport. All right, so the deal with these houses is they're actually someone's house, which like I kind of thought at first like that's kind of weird to like go to like someone's house as a touristy destination. Are you throwing berries at me?
Yes.
So anyways, but the thing was they have signs everywhere that say like keep your voices down and then respect the visiting hours. So they're closed on Sundays and they're closed after like 5 p.m. So anyways, you're actually, they welcome tourists and they say like you're allowed to walk through their neighborhood, but there are specific rules for coming here and visiting because people do actually live here. This village is so cool. all of the houses and all of the stores that are at the bottom of this hill, they're all super cool, super fun area to explore. And it's so fun that we're able to do this just on a short little layover. Like, we did not have to spend extra money to come here. Like, this is on a completely separate trip. Like, we're going to Hawaii. We're not going to South Korea.
Just so random.
But this is just like a fun little experience that we get because we booked the trip with the long layover. So we finished at the Bukchon Village, and it was super cool. So we actually also just finished eating our lunch, dinner. I don't really know what it is because the time is weird. But we ate at this place called City Noodles, and it was really good, but I also felt like we were not allowed to talk in there because it was just so quiet. So we were trying to keep the kids quiet, trying to not talk very loud. But also, there was this hornet in the window. And so we told the lady who owns the shop, we told her about it, and she looked at it, and she was just like, oh, yeah, okay. And then she reached into the drawer, grabbed a very thin napkin, and just grabbed this hornet with her bare hands and squashed it and threw it in the trash. And then she looked at me, and you could tell she was saying, or someone translated for us, she was like, that's a man's job. You're supposed to do that. I lost my man card to a Korean grandma today. So I don't buy a ton of souvenirs because we do travel a lot, but every new country we come to, I always get a new patch for my backpack and then a magnet to go on our fridge, because then it's not something that's big, they're not going to pile up, but it's still something fun that you can collect from all the countries that you go to. Also, so we needed a bathroom to feed Karis and for all of us to go to the bathroom before getting back into the car to go to the airport. And anyways, in the midst of all of these houses, they actually have a public restroom. So look at how cool this place looks. Like, that is probably the coolest public restroom I've ever seen. All right, there goes our car. Took us back to the airport. It was a super smooth experience. And we by no means have fully experienced South Korea, but like, we did get to experience some of it. And it was a super great way to spend the day. Instead of just sitting at the airport, we got to go and explore a little bit of Seoul. So I hope that you would subscribe to our channel, join us in the next video, because we're gonna be exploring Hawaii, Thailand, and lots more places around the world with our kids. Hope to see you there.
They're both so grumpy because it's cold.